Queens definitely be having a lot of conflict. Even with the murders.
Yep.
Maserati Fox got killed in Queens.
Yep.
The brother Stack Bundles, Chinks, Jam Master Jay.
Yep.
And I'm not even thinking hard.
Yep.
Right. So Queens, I don't know, we got to do better.
Yeah, we got to do better. So now, this album comes out, King's Disease. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't see this record coming. I don't know if Son was doing that on purpose. But this record comes out, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it 100. When I looked at it, I was like, this gotta be an old verse, right? I'm talking about from all of y'all. So I said, this must be an old Nas record. But then, not only was I wrong, y'all sound good together. What was that conversation like? Because I know you and Nas, for lack of a better term, have a very confusing type of relationship. Like, from the outsiders looking in.
I think the outside looking in don't share the same peripheral. Because our relationship wasn't confusion, it was just us. Like our relationship is different from any other rappers with conflict because we actually grew up together. Our families know each other. I've spoken to his father before. I've seen his mother thousands of times.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? I know his brother.
God bless his mother passed away, right? God
Exactly. God bless her. She was a graceful, classy woman.
You
know what I'm saying? Like, I know Jabari before Jungle.
Not Jungle, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Jabari, yep.
Like, I knew Nasir. He knows Corey.
Right.
So it's a difference between these other beefs. So I think it was both. It wasn't confusing. It was just us. It was just it's emotions involved. And I think time and understanding could rectify things if the love is real. You know what I'm saying? So we both mature men, and you know, one thing about me, as you know, because you know me now.
Yes.
I don't gotta speak to you every day, but when I speak to you, it's like we were speaking every day.
Yep.
And when we spoke, everything, it feel like we never ever had issues.
So let me ask you this. So when he called you, did he tell you that this was a firm record, or he just said, just send your verse, and you didn't really know?
It wasn't like, you know how I am.
Right.
So when we spoke, it wasn't about music, because I don't care about the music. I even, on some real shit, I don't even care about a firm song or any song. It's about our friendship. Like, if we never rap again, the fact that our friendship is repaired, that's the most beautiful thing out of it all.
That's what's great about you. But continue. I'll get into that later, but continue.
So we spoke about...
And I know you mean this, because I know you now. Like, and I know you mean this.
Yeah,
continue.
So we spoke about numerous things before we even got to the song. You know what I'm saying? And then by the time we got to speaking about doing the song, I was with it because... obviously because we cool and because that's what the culture wanted. Like, people wanted us to make music for so long. I never realized how bad that the public wanted that.
I didn't realize it till it dropped as well. When it dropped, I was like, whoa. Go ahead, continue.
Yeah, so that's that.
And that's the crazy shit is, I forgot how much I'm a fan of the group. Because honestly, the firm kind of put me on to a certain extent. But I forgot how much I was a fan of the group when I heard the record, and I just kept rewinding because I got a job to do, so I got to be analytical. So I kept rewinding, and I was like, "Is that an old verse? Is that like I'm being a fan?
Yeah.
I'm being a fan." So I'm looking, and when I forget, I don't know if I posted it or whatever I did, and I just to see the fans' reaction of how the firm, because it was a super group. It was the very first super group to me.
Yeah. It was.
So, one thing for sure, two things for certain, I did not know where this was coming from. When I asked Nature that, I was being totally for real because I didn't know. And I wasn't powerful enough to be like, take my verse off or I don't want to be a part. I wasn't powerful enough. I had to just play my position. So you knowing you and Nas probably having little discrepancies or whatever, you hearing that Nature dissed you, that shit had to fuck you up.
No, that started the discrepancies.
That was it?
That's what I'm saying. You had a journalistic moment.
Oh, I did not know.
There never was no Nas disses before that record.
Wow.
That record started the whole shit.
Wow, I did not know this. See, I'm really like learning.
That's why I said you just had a journalistic moment.
Let's make some noise for me learning. I had no idea.
If that record it never came. Nas knows this. Jungle
Wow.
so I didn't know. See, I never knew. So when I heard that record, I was just mad. I'm thinking everybody's going at me.
Wow.
So I'm like, damn. I thought me and Nori was cool. I thought, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? Now I know now.
Yeah.
When Steve was on your show, he said something about Chris Lottie.
Listen, when I went back and I looked at it, he dissed Chris Lottie.
That wasn't tasteful.
That was not tasteful. And hold on, and before you say something, I'm gonna say this. I owed you, Mike Geronimo, and AZ apology because I still would have let Steve Stoute say whatever he wanted to say, but I was supposed to check him. At that time, I wasn't skilled. I wasn't enough to stop and be articulate. And I was wanting to iron out me and his shit. So much that I let that shit go above my head. But that's something that I regret. You, AZ, and Mike Geronimo, I should have said something. But like I said, now let me get back to the original question. Because what I found out later on in life was Steve and Chris had a quiet beef. They saw each other and they were very cordial. They were very respectful. So it threw me off because we got beef, get him as soon as you see him.
Or we're not fucking with you.
We're not fucking with you. Did you ever feel like you was caught in between that?
I was confused because I thought they was cool.
Yes.
But it's like, Chris wanted to sign me, and then Steve was like, at one point Steve was like, don't sign the deal, I'll have certain such for you certain day. Like money.
You?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm like, all right. So it didn't happen. See the thing?
Because Mecca, I'm sorry I'm going all over the place. You were like the number one thing to sign. Like you were, like, for lack of a better term,
I had the biggest buzz.
you had the biggest buzz.
All over
Like,
the mixtapes was
the
crazy.
biggest buzz. So I know they played politics with you. Like I know that.
I went with the most money, which is not the best.
Not the best thing.
You want to go with the people that's going to cater to you. So signing to Def Jam was like signing to the Yankees.
Right.
Like you might not.
It is signing to the Yankees.
Yeah, you know what I'm
Signing
saying?
to the brand. You did the brand. Right.
So it's like I signed there because I grew up off of LL and Slick Rick and Public Enemy.
Steve Stoute came on here and he said, why? Because Nas shouted out Mega. He was supposed to just be on.
Misconception.
And God bless Steve, because I don't want to seem like one of the illest MCs coming out of Queens was you. Before I heard of Nas, and now I was talking about the street shit. I heard of you. They was always saying there's a dude from Queensbridge, Cormega. He's the next guy. He's the next guy. So when I went back and I heard Stoute say that, it did disturb me because he's from Queens. So he had to hear the same rumors I heard.
Maybe not.
Maybe not, because he's from a different part of Queens.
And he didn't do his research and sometimes when you're successful like he is, you only hear what you want to hear. Complex Magazine interview with Steve Stoute. There was an interview with Cormega saying There was an interview where Cormega was saying that you had a role in him being kicked out the firm. Here's Steve. He was never in the firm, man. He should have never been in the firm. Believe me, he wasn't. He and Nas truly didn't get along.
You coming with
Time
receipts?
out.
Paperwork.
Hold up.
Time out. Even when Nas was shouting them out on One Love, they weren't cool. That was cool. He just got out of jail. It took him a while to get acclimated to what was going on. Time out. Let me fix this right now.
Yeah.
First of all, One Love came out, Steve, you wasn't even in the picture. You was not Nas' manager till it was written. When One Love came out, I was in jail. I was there when Nas
Whatever
met you.
Cormega, you still all y'all together now? Yes.
Yes, Steve
Okay.
wasn't around.
Okay,
I was there when Nas met Steve. So right now you're giving the impression that you was there, you wasn't.
He's on fire!
He said in a business sense, and his manager at the time,
Biz?
a lot of
Your
different
manager
things.
Biz?
Yes.
Okay.
Now listen to this.
Okay.
They didn't like Biz.
Okay.
Biz wasn't seasoned. He was new. But there goes arrogant Mega again. I gave somebody from the project a chance to be my manager.
Wow.
There goes me showing love, as usual. So Biz didn't have the business savvy of a Mark Pitts or a Steve or a Chris.
Yeah.
But he was somebody from the hood that I was trying to give a chance to. All right. So in the business sense, I own my masters and I own my publishing.
Right.
So how I didn't have a business sense? I've been owning my publishing since I was on Def Jams.
Wow.
Okay, a lot of different things. But here's this. He's actually a really good guy.
This is Steve Stoute.
This is Steve Stoute.
Okay.
How the fuck are you belligerent and a really good guy? That's inconsistent. You can't be belligerent and be a really good guy.
This cross-examination is out of control.
I love this breakdown.
Time out. But he felt like Nas owed him too much and felt like he was too important. Yo, on my mother's grave, you could call Nas, you could ask Nas in your private life or on your or anytime. I've never asked Nas for a penny. Nas not even the only famous dude from Queensbridge. I never asked Marley Marl for anything. I never asked Shan, Craig, Shantae, Craig, Nature, Capone, Nori, Mobb Deep, Louis DeVal, Ron Artest. Everybody from the bridge will tell you, even your man used to say that Mega don't ask nobody for shit.
Right, no.
So this is a guy who takes things too personal.
Right.
You can't mix business with personal. So when he wants to compete with Chris Light, that's the difference between Chris and Steve. Chris didn't let the personal intervene with the business. So when you saying I had to get acclimated to the street. I was just out of jail. You can't tell somebody that's fresh out of jail some of the things that you were saying to me as a man. Now with all of this being said, I read this to show you the inconsistencies.
Right.
And so the next question was, so even when he was on affirmative action, he wasn't actually part of the firm? They asking him that, because they're like, obviously shocked. And he's like, well, he was at the time. You just contradicted your very first statement.
Because you said he never was
exactly.
a part of the firm.
He said the ideal did surround him and he just bugged out. Right? He said that project should have been fantastic. I have arguments all the time with Jay and Puff. You deflecting from the question. So my thing is this. Where did I bug out at? Where did I bug out? Because I didn't sign to you?
Yeah, probably.
Because anything other than that, I didn't bug out.
But you understand that, though. You understand that.
But let me say this.
You Nas man, he manages Nas. You come home, you get the bigger deal with his enemy that we learned later.
I didn't know that was an enemy, and that's not my business.
You see, that's where Steve could have been coming from.
He was doing too much stuff to win my affiliation with him. Yo, they erased me off a song.
No.
La Familia. I was on La Familia, the original version. Then I got erased off it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You know what I'm saying? Or I go to if there's a show that your city's over there, like floor seats, right?
Don't tell me your tickets were Seafood
My
Y'all.
tickets was up there somewhere.
Yeah, Seafood Y'all.
So I'm like, yo, he was playing a lot of games like that.
Right. I felt like we chose the other side. We was Chris's boys. You understand? Like you were violator, whether you look at it like that or not. I was violator, and later on in life, after him coming on the show and him saying, because you guys were with Chris and he's saying all that, it hit me later that I was in the middle of a war that I didn't know I was in.
Time out. This is why money doesn't make you happy, or money isn't everything. Because first of all, how long has Chris been dead? A minute, right? How long has these interactions happened? Me signing with Violator was 1996. So you mean in 2018? No, when was that interview? 2017?
2018, 2017.
How many years later? Like this, you're a millionaire right now.
Yes.
You got a good life. Like, let all that shit go. I let go. Yo, I don't have no beef with nobody no more. I don't got beef with Steve.
Right.
I don't got no problem with Steve. I respect Steve. You know what I'm saying? Whatever happened in the past, that's the past. Yo, people that live in the past don't have no real estate in the present.
I think we make some noise of that. I said, damn, best friends could become strangers. Like that Nas line, I've been best friends become strangers. I remember that like it was yesterday. I remember
that line?
Lake and Draws being best friends. And when I came back and I asked for them together, it was taboo to ask for them. They're like, what are you talking about? They don't hang together. Like, I was like, I saw that. I saw this with my own eyes.
Wow, that
was my first life lesson, that you can be best friends and enemies the fucking very next day. Because that's how it seemed like to me.
And that's why.
Rest in peace, Draws. Rest in peace
to Draws. When I came home, something was like,
Because Nas
just
is
wanted-
becoming Nas at this point.
He was already him.
Yeah,
he
he was
made
already him?
Illmatic. Illmatic
Okay,
was
yeah,
out.
yeah.
Yo, real talk, he could have retired after Illmatic, and he would still be mentioned as the greatest, one of the greatest. You know what I'm saying?
That's real shit.
So he was already who he was. When I came home, he tried to get me a deal. See, this is the thing, Steve don't know. Son tried to get me a deal already.
Wow.
They just didn't. Yeah, he tried to give me a deal with Capitol Records.
Wait, when you came home? Or?
Yes, before Stoute was even in the picture.
Oh.
But they didn't jump on it. They didn't. So I said to myself, I just got to work harder.
You know, shit. Oh, come on, I got you, bro. I got you, baby. Come on.
What up?
The God not sin, baby. Come on, on the phone. We ain't drinking, but on the phone. Nigga, we got the God not sin on the phone. Come on, baby.
What up, my dude? Where you at?
I'm in the town.
Okay.
You know how we do.
Yeah, this is a beautiful moment,
That's
man.
a good burning hat right there.
All day.
You know what I'm saying?
You know how we do, King.
Beautiful moment right here.
So this is love right here.
It's love.
Like when we first started kicking it again.
Yes.
When I wrote something on Nas' Instagram for the first time, which
Right.
fucked people up, the first thing I wrote was unconditional love.
Beautiful.
Because this ain't conditions.
Right.
Son, I told you, like a man,
I
I
love
said,
this.
I don't care about the firm. It's all good, but I care about my man. True
That's
or
what he
false?
said.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it is what it is. This is beautiful right
Beautiful,
here.
man. This is what I want to do. And you gonna take a sip.
Hold on, I can't even hear. I can't. How you can hear him? You can hear him?
It's just gonna be very philosophical and intelligent and shit like that. I already see it. Man, love to y'all, man.
Peace, bro.
Peace.
Yo, thank you, big bro. Thank you, man. One love, bro. Hey! The Firm, most legendary group, one of the legendary groups. Do y'all ever felt like that was an official group?
Like, it was a collective, like he said. Because if it was a group, it was like group chemistry, we'd have continued working together. But we didn't. I was never on nobody's album except Nas. Think about
Never
that.
peeped that.
Yeah. So,
But how was you and AZ relationship?
me and AZ's cool.
Yeah, y'all, you never was on A album?
I was never on the AZ album.
Get the fuck out of here.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. AZ was on one of my albums before. I put him on my album. I put AZ on my last album. My last full album, Mega Philosophy, AZ's on it.
Was it weird when you and Nas didn't speak? How was you and A's and Foxy's relationship? Because we haven't spoke about Foxy at all once. So how was when you and Nas, whatever happened from y'all relationship? Did it ever get spicy between like AZ and?
No, I was always cool with everybody. It's just that me as a person, I just gave people their space. You know what I'm saying? I gave A his space because at the end of the day, Nas put him on.
Right.
So I gotta respect that loyalty.
Right.
So but other than that, we was cool. Like A was like, it's all love. You know what I'm saying? And we did shows together, et cetera, et cetera. Fox, we was tight. So it's like it's never been no fallout. You know what I'm saying? I even showed Nature Love.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I respect that.
And that was that. But like he said, that was a collective.
Is it plans for the video for this record?
Well, I can't really speak on that because that's Nas' project. So I can't say, yeah, well, I don't know.
I feel like it, man.
You never know.
I feel like
That'd be
it should.
monumental.
I feel like it should, man. It's time, man.
See, this is the thing about Queensbridge. All the rappers. And I'm going to include you because you're a part of the movement.
Oh, man.
There's a thing called mutualism.
I love this word.
We have to all be mutually beneficial to our movement.
Right.
Because the stronger we are, the stronger everyone is. I'm just saying. So the problem with Queensbridge artists is a lot of people have a go every man for himself mentality. And that hurts the bottom line. Because if everybody's going for themselves, I'm going to be all right regardless. Because I'm good. So the people that's good is going to be good, but the people that ain't good, they're going to suffer the most. So being for self is going to hurt you it's gonna hurt you in a negative way more than it's gonna help you. Because if everybody's moving as one, then we winning. Like whenever I'm on a song, whenever I do a feature on somebody's project, I try to shine. And there's different ways to shine that artists need to learn. It ain't all about trying to outdo somebody in the song. You can shine without trying to outdo somebody, just make the song good. So it's like, say what you want about me, but every single song that I'm on with a dope artist is one of the highlights of that album. Affirmative Action, it was written.
I like how you did it. I like how you did it.
H&IC, that song 3. I'm on the bench high eating chicken wings with french fries. Mobb Deep, Murder Music. What's Your Poison? High Technology album, the High Tech album. All I Need Is You. I'm Not Even Thinking Hard. Like you know what I'm saying? Every time I'm on the song. King's Disease.
Yes.
That album is beautiful.
Beautiful album.
So it's like when I'm on the song, I just try to stand out. I don't try to outshine people.
So when Nas called you, he didn't say that this is a firm record, or did he say that?
Well, like I said, we didn't talk about that. Once we started talking about the record, then it wasn't. We didn't know what it was gonna be. Like until we got everybody on it. Because originally that would have been a Nas and AZ song.
Right.
That was gonna be a Nas and AZ record originally.
Really?
Yeah.
So you saying he wasn't even sure if he could get everybody on it?
Yeah. Or maybe that wasn't even the thought. That wasn't even really the thought. It's like sometimes you're doing something and you just want to take it somewhere extra. Like, you know what? It'd be great if we could do this, add this
like
to
keep
it.
Adding and
yeah.
keep adding.
So that's what happened with that. That was a Nas and AZ record.
Right.
And
so when you got the verses, you had Nas and
I didn't have nobody's verse. That's the thing about it. That's what made it so dope.
Fall for that.
I had to really create my own. What's the subject matter? It's about this. So I was like, all right, cool. I vibed out. I thought about how AZ rap. I thought about how everybody raps. And then
you took Foxy. You didn't know Foxy could possibly be on this as well.
I'm the one who contacted her, so I knew she was gonna be on once I contacted.
That's what we need to talk about, bro. Come on. What are you doing? All right. So hold on. Wait a minute. So when you got contacted, that's when you said, "I'm gonna." I got Foxy too.
Well, I think I'm the only one who had a number, or something like that.
Man, I got a number too, but fuck it.
So
go ahead, continue. You get the props.
So like, yo, at the end of the day, Nas gets all the credit for that song because
let's give him this credit. He
gets credit for that song for a lot of reasons. From a humility standpoint, like think about this for a second. A lot of people, when they have differences with somebody, even when you squash the differences, it's like, all right, cool, that shit is over. But I ain't,
Yeah, you stay in your corner, I stay in mine.
So, but he's like, all right, that shit is over. I'm putting my guy on this song. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have to do that, especially at this point in his career. So for him to,
that's what I'm saying. I like who you are, man. Come on, man. I gotta pick you up, man. I like who you are, man.
I was like, the song wasn't done to exclude nature. It was da-da-da. And there's no beef with him. Or nobody has ill feelings towards him or anything. It went full circle. Nobody said there's a firm album coming. There might not be nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's like
a moment.
Yeah, how Nas started is how he wanted. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, what he does is what he does. It's him. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, like, no rapper has the relationship that me and him got. Nobody could take that away.
Right.
Like, even when we had issues, like, you couldn't come to me like you about to do something to him. You know what I'm saying? Right. It would have been a problem for you. Or like if you talk shit about me, like people talk shit about me to Nas, you think he ain't gonna tell me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Even when we wasn't cool. And it's like, so it's like sometimes you realize how important somebody is to you when you go through adversity. And I never realized how important it was to the fans for me and him, like, to do something. And it's crazy. The craziest thing is, me and him have never done a song with just me and him. That shit'll probably break the internet, bro. There's no song with just me and Nas.
It needs to happen.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we never realized it, but then we started realizing it when we seen the impact. Like when we got together at a show reunion and people were screaming, going crazy, like I've never seen no shit like that. And I was like, wow. And he was like, wow. And he's seen more than me. He's you know what I'm saying? So
Nas and Jay, bro.
I love Nas because I grew up with him, but that's not, so that would be biased just for that.
Yeah.
I love what Nas has done for the culture. His album, Illmatic, changed the landscape of rap in the 90s.
I believe that.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
agree with everything you just said.
Also, he pushes me. You know what I'm saying, as an artist. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, I'm not a great reader. The only thing that comes overnight is the moon. So sex doesn't happen overnight. It takes many moons to reach your success.
Reading around the room?
Now, there's another one.
Read the next one.
When you play both sides, you're always caught in the middle.
I said, in a world full of poor people, wealth is easier to achieve than peace and equality due to the poor character of the wealthy.
Wow.
It costs, I'm just reading quotes from my book.
I love it.
And I tagged it. Because that's like Basquiat used to do. It reminds me. So now I'm on it costs absolutely nothing to pay homage.
It's gonna look
That shit is hard.
You're going to see my writing too.
like
That's
that.
dope,
Yeah.
that's dope.
That's
dope.
hard.
That's dope.
hard.
This is my last one that I'll read. Never confuse real love with conditional love. One will lift you up, the other will bring you down. So this book is just gems.
Yeah.
Getting money is an art. A lot of people paint the town and years later can't embrace the reality that their color schemes have faded or been replaced by grand schemes that can stand the test of time. So
Damn it.
That's dope.
this
I feel
is
like you
heavy.
gotta make noise.